If you're Christian and you are living in a way which you perhaps feel could be better, I just want to encourage you today to really dig your heels in and really start thinking about what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're looking at, what you're deeply rooted in. Whereabouts are you spiritually, and how is your life affecting others? Are you influencing people in a good way, or are you influencing people in a bad way? Are you being too lenient with yourself as far as it comes to sin? Because these are very dangerous times we're living in. There is all kinds of influences everywhere, and you've got all kinds of things on social media, all over the internet. People use their phones all the time. They can access things very easily. Some things which are good, some things which are bad. And it's all very quick and convenient. And you can go from looking at one good thing to one bad thing. You can go from one bad thing to looking at one good thing. There is so much information available to people now, and there's so many distractions. And I just want to iterate this point. We must draw lines in our life. We must say, right, we're not looking at this, we're not doing that, we're not going to associate with this social media party, group, or persons. We're not going to follow these particular people, we're not going to use this, we're not going to look at that, we're not going to say this, we're not going to have this opinion. It's very important to draw those lines clearly in this day and age, because people are being caught up in a web a web of deceit that will suck them ultimately, if they don't pay attention, down into hell. So you have to be really, really careful. If you know there's videos that are inappropriate, don't watch them. If you know that there's people who post videos that are inappropriate, don't follow them. If you know that there are things which you shouldn't be saying, don't say them. If you know that your life isn't a good example for others, don't do it. Don't backslide. Say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no, because Jesus is coming soon and the powers in hell are real. We must be very careful about how we are living. Don't make excuses for yourself. If you have a wife, be loyal, be holy. If you don't have a wife, don't fornicate. Don't have sex outside of marriage. Don't do it. Stay holy. Don't, let's face it, there's lots of adults who look at pornography, whether they're, some perhaps a Christian, don't look at that stuff. Don't partake in it. Don't get sucked into listening to music that's worldly as well. Don't do it. Just keep away from it. If you're going to watch films, make sure that the films aren't horror films and that they're decent films. I mean, if you're going to play games, make sure you're not playing horrific games and horrible, dark, twisted games, just nice games. It's simple stuff, really. It's very simple. If you're hanging around with people, make sure that those people are pure. Don't hang around with people who aren't. Don't go out of your way and join them and then get caught up and think that, you've got to perhaps go out drinking with them because you've got to try and help them believe, or something stupid like that. No. Stay away. So, it's very simple stuff what I'm saying today, but it has to be underlined sometimes. It has to be highlighted in our lives. Stay away from sin. Don't go near it. Okay? If you're a woman and you're looking at images of men, and you're Christian, stay away from them. Don't get sucked in. And the same with men. Don't get sucked into bikini-clad women or whatever it is. Just keep away from it, because it is a device that will lead you to hell. That's all it is. Don't go near it. You've got to treat sin like you would treat, being at Chernobyl or something like that, or being near nuclear waste. You just wouldn't go near it, would you? If you knew there was some highly radioactive material somewhere, you would not go there. So treat it the same way. Don't go near it. It's extremely dangerous. This is how we should be in our lives. Remember that God has the power to help, and He has the authority to send you to hell. He does, if He knows that we're not living right, and He is not to be mocked. It does say that in the Bible. He's not to be messed with. Don't mess with God. Don't do it. Because He does want to save you. He doesn't want to condemn anyone. But He really does have the authority to do that. And He can, when God closes a door, He can do it eternally. So that door never opens. We must remember that. Be very careful. Take your life seriously. God will help you, but you must stay away from sin. I know it's a bit nitty-gritty, but it's life. Think people masturbate as well. Don't masturbate. Don't do them, whether male, female, don't do it. Keep yourself holy. Don't swear. Don't say things which cause arguments. Forgive people. Forgive them. That doesn't mean don't stand up for what's right. Obviously stand up for what's right. But, genuinely just forgive people. Don't hold any grudges against anybody. If people won't listen to what you say and they won't change their ways, that's up to them. But don't hate anyone. Love everybody. Strive for peace. Strive for perfection. Keep yourself pure. Okay? I hope that's helps you in some way, because this is the end time. And Jesus will come at an hour we don't expect. Not only that, we can potentially die at any point. We don't know. So we must be careful. Also as well, remember that when we do sin, our sin affects other people's lives. It indirectly affects other people's lives. If you lie, cheat, steal, whatever, you are affecting other people's lives, because the more good we do, the more sacrifice we make, the better we are, the more powerful God can work through us, which will save people. It will give people more of a chance to be saved. So by us not acting the way we should, we are stopping God's Spirit from working. Now we don't want to be guilty of that, do we? So remember how powerful God is, and keep on the straight and narrow, and go through that narrow gate. Don't let anything hold you back. Okay, God bless you. Goodbye.